everybody, thank you so much for joining me on today's video. If you're new here, karibu sana. My name is Rozitta. So on today's vlog, I'm going to be sharing with you a little bit of my experience living alone. What you've just seen is just a simple morning routine, which of course was not as detailed because I didn't want to focus on that today. But in case you'd want a more detailed one, of course, you can request for that. Anyway, I'll be sharing my experience living alone. It's exactly 2 weeks, 14 days. And let me tell you, what? Somebody should have told me. Y'all, I always thought that I can stay by myself without talking to nobody, without interacting with anybody, without anybody's company. Shock on me. People, boredom is real. Especially when you don't have internet. Don't get me wrong. I installed Wi-Fi, Zuku, but it's a scam, my friend. This Wi-Fi, for one, it can't upload stuff. So when, let's say I'm trying to upload YouTube videos, I have to buy bundles. Secondly, at some times, like right now, the internet is kaput. It's zero. It's connected, but no internet. And I am like, bro, if you're connected, act like it. Guys, I am so frustrated by Zuku, honestly. And it's just that our apartment doesn't have the Safaricom fiber yet. Otherwise, I would just count my losses at this particular point, because I've even lost opportunities. Like I get gigs, but I just lost them because I couldn't deliver on time. Why? Zuku walicheza kama wao. So anyway, without internet, the boredom is times 3, because you can't talk to nobody, you can't be on TikTok, and y'all, survival is real. At this point, I'm thinking I can live in a forest because there's no internet and there's nobody, So anyway, boredom has been real. That's for real. But good enough, I had a friend come over for sleepover once, and at least she broke the boredom for a day. And yeah, so living alone has been very boring at some times, but occasionally I ran around the house very excited because this was my prayer. Actually, I was going through my notebook. If you know me, you know I love notebooks, and my notebooks are from Jules KE Africa. You can check them out on Instagram. So I was going through them, and I came across a point I had written last year in May, and the point, actually no, it was on my phone, my notepad on the phone. The first point was, I look forward to moving out and having my own space, and that was the first point I had written on that note. So when I remember that right now, I'm like, this is an answered prayer, and I just get so excited. I run around the house. I'm like, God, umecheza kaa wewe, So we have those times where I have no idea why I keep saying we. I have those times where I'm super excited and I just, laugh around and jump and dance. And then when the euphoria is gone, I'm like, oh God, I need to go home. I'm bored. Which, by the way, I'm already planning to go home. I think I'll go home over the weekend because, bro, I can't deal with that. But on the bright side, there's a lot that I am learning about myself, and of course about life, and about taking responsibility. And I think one of the major things I've been learning, or I have learned for those 2 weeks, is budgeting. For one, for example, let's say breakfast. You saw me take breakfast. I have a 2-liter bottle that I buy milk. I put milk. I have a 2-liter milk bottle that I buy milk and put in, imekata. So for that 2 liter, I only need 130 bob for milk that will last me exactly a whole week. So kitambo, probably I would buy the 500 ml packet of milk, which is it, how much is it right now? It's 50 bob, or is it 55? Yeah. And if you count 2 liters for 130, if you buy 500 ml, you are going to spend 200 shillings. So I have learned to save on those little expenses that you think are not so major, but bro, 70 bob is a lot of money when you live alone. So there are those things I'm learning to adjust. And of course, knowing what to spend on and what not to spend on. Like sometimes I will just sit with myself and I'm thinking, Rose, do you really need to buy this? And I'm like, nope. Okay, sis, you can live without it, because we are trying to save coins, you know. Yeah, so there are those things I've been learning about budgeting. And of course, also putting boundaries. I've learned to put boundaries for myself, even living alone. You see how you're so excited to move out alone because you think there's no one to follow you up, kwani hujafika kwa nyumba. Not me. Mimi, I want to be in the house by 7, latest 8. I don't care. I want to be in the house at 8 if I'm very late. And that's when it's very, very necessary. And beyond 8, I can't. I just can't. So there are those boundaries I have learned that I had actually put them up for myself when as opposed to how I used to think they had been set up by my parents. I realized these are my preferences, you know. So si kitu nilikuwa nalazimishwa, it's just my own will. I want to be home by 7. I want to do this thing by this time, you know. I would feel like probably it's because I'm at home, but I realized, nope, it's just how I am, and I like it, and I am starting to appreciate it more. So living alone for me has been, so far, it has been an adventure of learning myself, learning life. I know you're asking yourself, 2 weeks and you already learned life. Yes. Hey, you know, when you live alone, 1 hour is 1,000 days. My God. You can look at the time, it's 12 p.m. The next time you're looking at the time, it's 12:10. And you're wondering, excuse me, kwa nini hatusongi? You know, so 2 weeks is a very long time when you're living alone. So I have learned so much. And I think if there's anything I would say to somebody who is planning to move out, just do it, and a day at a time you're going to keep figuring out yourself, the path you want to take. And I think you're also going to be able to push yourself outside the comfort zone, because you remember that you're no longer a kid. You remember that you're no longer depending on your parents, you know. And it just makes you feel some sense of responsibility, which is one of the things that I'm very excited about. And yeah, so just don't fear, go for it, just wing it. Start where you can, how you can, and as long as there's food in your house, there's water, there's electricity, you're good to go. Just go for it and don't be afraid. I believe everyone has a different experience, and I probably do not have that much to say for now, but 2 weeks, I like the adventure, honestly, I do. And I'm looking forward to more. I'm looking forward to what I'll be saying in the next 3 months, you know. And one thing I'm very grateful for is the fact that I have heard so many of you reaching out to me, and you're like, coming to Nairobi was a very good decision. you are going to make it, you're going to win it, you're going to cut a path for yourself in Nairobi, and it's been encouraging, by the way. So if you've written me such a message or a comment, thank you so much. I think sometimes that's all I need to hear, because it's not something you can just take for granted that you're just going to make it in Nairobi. So it's encouraging to hear even your testimonies. And I remember, should have been last week, yeah, I met with a friend of mine. Yeah, she's now a friend. She was a Facebook fan, but we met up and now we're friends. Her name is Angie, and she shared with me her story of how she's made it in Nairobi. And I'm like, sis, your story is what I wanted to hear, because it has empowered me so much. Because of course there are those uncertainties, there's a lot of what if, what if, but her story just encouraged me, and I'm so grateful. Thank you so much, Angie, for that encouraging story. So I'm super grateful for you guys. Thank you so much for showing me there is a lot of positivity in Nairobi despite all the chaos about Kanairo, and frankly I am excited. Yeah, so that is 2 weeks in 10 minutes for me. And I hope you've learned a thing or two. And in case there's a question you might be having, feel free to comment it, and if I can, I will definitely respond to it. So that is it for today's video. And I had another question for you guys. What do you think of, never mind, nimejijibu. So let me hold the question for now. Let me hold it. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, tafadhali subscribe, hit that subscribe button. I feel like we have been on 2200 for a very long time, and I would love for progress, because I am all about progress, manze. So please, if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, and also turn on your notifications for a notification every time I upload a new video. You can share this with your friend, a friend who's planning to move out and is afraid. Just share this link to them, this video I mean, and I believe it could be all they need for them to jumpstart and go for it. Yeah, so that will be it, and until the next vlog, ciao, bye.